Welcome back to Oblivion Games YouTube channel. We have the new Seat B team member. Javi is exiled to, what were you sitting, A?
I was sitting A.
Yeah, sorry Javi. We got a different profile of someone else. Once again, insane weekend. 183 players at the 3v3 at Versus Games Oviedo. 3 cases. Oblivion Games walked away with 26 boxes, essentially splitting top 2. Now we have Louis Torres here to show us the goo.
The goo, man, the goo. Let's get into it.
Let's see the spicy list.
I played Infernoids. I played Spright with a little twist on it. 3 blue, 3 jet, 2 red, 1 carrot.
How do you feel about the lineup?
It was pretty good. Honestly, I liked it. The only card I debated about playing over any of these, well, the extra one would have been Pixies, because we saw it, like, you know, getting talked about right before the tournament. But like, as I was writing it on my list, Javi had got some speculation that people were going to be citing Pankratops just to go battle phase and clear out your board. So it was probably just better to play the dupe instead of the Pixies, because, well, for the Pixies you have to like commit a summon to actually get it to your hand, to where it's live, where Toad just spits this on the board anyway.
I mean, that's an awkward play, though,
also
relying
alpha.
on your opponent having Pankratops.
No, well, the main thing was Alpha. Alpha
Too was also getting talked about.
So they just, crash with the hit the elf, then main phase 2 Alpha bounce the Toad, and just bait the whole board.
Okay, so any kind of like just big monster summon itself,
Yeah,
just threaten the board. Okay,
right. Dupe just kept me alive every game.
The only problem with Dupe, it just plays in the Super Poly, but just better have it.
You better have it. And even if you do have it, you still gotta beat me. It's like you're only dealing with Toad, and I'm still gonna bring it back with Elf.
No. I mean, I've seen people doing kind of what you're doing right now with the 2 red. Usually they drop the dupe though, which is interesting. They'll do like, they'll play a second of the red and then just leave out dupe, but you're doing the 2 red. I 100% agree with 2 red. I don't have enough understanding of dupe in the interactions.
No,
but
definitely. If you gotta play 2 red. Red like keeps you alive, and it lets you play into Super Poly a little bit better, because they're always gonna go for the dupe and the swap opposed to this and the elf. So I'm still gonna bring back the Toad and have the red alive. So yeah, definitely, red was just insane.
Also helps you play around Dark Road too, with Starter. If the Dark Road uses some red, at least have some interruption.
So for the Spright monsters, I played 3 Swap Frog. 3 Swap Frog.
Don't worry about the 3rd.
1 dupe.
The 3rd ulti is coming March, what, 16th? Something like that? 31st.
And 1 Ronin. Again, I played the dupe. If you had Super Poly, you better have it. And it wasn't a game maker, I think.
Super Poly's in -1, right?
Huh?
I said Super Poly's in -1, right?
Like,
what are they doing with the other 4 cards?
Exactly. Like what you gonna do against my hand?
I'll show you.
Yeah. Hand traps: 3 Crow, 3 Ogre, 3 Ash, 3 Talents, and 3 Imperm and 3 Talents. Tier Element, Mirror Match hit the Ronin, Mirror Match. I actually kept this in sometimes going against Tier Element, just because I respected Redoer being able to play on my turn. It paid off every time I saw it. I breaked 1 game against Tier Element, top 8. I still won the game. I had double Ogre, and actually it helped me out because I was able to Ogre the Redoer, which is what I needed it to do. So nothing changed there.
Didn't trigger their Tier Element cards.
Yeah, exactly.
And I did with a 24 body that none of my guys could beat over unless I make a Spright Gigantic with the Link.
And then before you put the talents away, how'd you like that?
Oh, Talents was actually insane, bro. Like, Talents is the best hand trap in my deck, I think. Like, because I play other cards.
What?
Hand trap in my
Best
deck.
what?
Hand trap. It's a hand trap.
The best starter.
It's the best hand trap starter, whatever you want to call it. It's the best card in my deck. Being able to just play with your opponent's hand in your head, like being able to see what your opponent's playing.
That knowledge.
There's no way you lose that game unless your deck doesn't allow you to play. 1 game, for example, I activated a card in my deck, which y'all gonna see now. And
show it to us now.
Right.
Let's see it. I'm hyped. I
Oh,
want to see it so badly.
Yeah, I'm gonna show y'all the extenders. We played 3 unexpected die.
Wait, what are you summoning with that?
Oh man, Psychic Kappa. So I played Vanillas and Extender into my deck. I really felt like normal summoning Diva and normal summoning Beaver, all these cards that just lose to hand traps were putting me at a disadvantage going into the game. I just wanted to summon a monster that would do nothing, because half the stories I hear of people normal summoning Diva, they don't even trigger the effect.
Yeah.
So having an Aqua that
you don't want to mess up your mind, be like, do I trigger? Do I not trigger?
And then
the decision's gone.
Yeah, then exactly. Now you do it and you're not supposed to, and then you get punished.
Yeah.
Or you don't do it and you just had a vanilla. So
yeah, you try and be greedy and you get the extra monster out of the deck. And
this card, I did so many insane plays with these two cards this weekend, making Toad on my third summon. Opponents not respecting Toad because it's an Aqua. Being able to just unexpected die and summon a irrelevant guy and not use the effect, Zeus their whole board and then activate starter main phase 2 is just like disgusting. And I even had a guy ask my unexpected die. I was like, huh. Talents. Looked at his hand. He had a blue jet, started cross out, and I was convinced I lost that game because I was like, man, what do I do here? Like I couldn't go for Toad because he, what was it? I think he crowed it.
Crowed the Ronin.
Yeah. So no, he didn't ask this. He crowed the Ronin. That was another game. And anyway, he had those 4 cards and Talents won me that game. That's where that one got. But this one got asked, and I just Talents their hand, looked at it, and I just made full combo still. And then made the Toad and stuff like that. And
yeah, someone else pointed out they asked your unexpected die. They were like terrified of the Sun Avalon card.
Yeah,
like,
they respect the Sun Avalon.
Exactly.
I was like,
The seed.
Yeah, exactly. That's a 1 card plus infinity.
Yeah, so this I only cited it out once. It was like early on in the tournament, but never did it again, and it was for Nibiru because I was citing Nibiru. But I ended up not liking Nibiru at all after like round 2, so I never put it back in my main deck. Just because it conflicted with this, and I wanted the free bodies because this is Zeus, like I said, is Zeus before committing your actual Spright cards, and that's equivalent to a nib that you don't have to draw for assist card, I think, so it was just better. That's it for that. My spice is gone. There you go, Sazon Adobo. We played the one called by, whatever, it's just for tier element, not for the mirror.
Staying with 40?
Yeah, I stayed at 40.
Success.
3 starter.
Standard.
Disgusting. And then best card in my deck, second best card.
Smashers.
Smasher.
Wow.
Smasher came clutch. One time I had it in my hand, let my opponent make the redoer, my turn, draw. He went effect, I went Smasher, hit the redoer, then just killed him.
This man's literally banking off of a lack of knowledge of his opponent.
Man.
Just the unexpected die, the double Smasher, the double red, the dupe.
Yeah, every time I did the second Smashers or searched it, they were always surprised. And I was like, like, I got it now, like, I just win.
You played through Dark Ruler too.
Yeah, I was always searching Smasher off my Jet. Like, just because, like, I felt like Elf would have been able to bring back my Jet anyway to give me the starter follow-up, but the Smasher was always getting searched.
So what's your sentiments of the clean 40 moving?
Right now, the only thing I want to test is, I was talking to Ruben about it, is testing Desires. Because he told me he played Desires in his list, and he plays the one Ronin, and he said if you banish it, you banish it. But going into my deck, playing the double Kappa and triple die,
tough.
I think it'll still let me be able to make the Toad.
Oh, okay.
Like, just start unexpected die, get the Aqua on board, and then if I see Swamp, it's still a Toad, because I just leave it on board.
Okay, and you can always just go die first and then Desire second.
Yeah, so that's it for the main deck.
Do you know what you would potentially cut for the Desires?
I think I'll go to 42.
Oh, 42 with 2. Okay, interesting.
Just because higher risk when I hit in the Ronin, I guess. Just play with the math. It did good. I went 7-1. I think I dropped round 3 because I hard braked. And I wasn't supposed to lose that game. Thank God we got there. I was salty. I'll admit it. I'll admit it.
Oh, yeah, you guys also technically went undefeated, right?
Yeah, we did. We ended up, I don't know if I should say it. So, can I say that? What we did? No.
I mean, just you guys went undefeated.
Yeah, we went undefeated, for sure. All right, my token, shout out Ryan. Extra deck, 3 Elf. If you're not playing 3 Elf, play 3 Elf.
It's like not playing 3 Beatrice.
Like, or 3 Shaka 9 or whatever you want to call it, bro. Play this card at 3. You have to play it at 3, trust me. Played 1 Dart card was insane. Stealing the level 2 tier, stealing the
Spright blue.
Stealing Masquerena, it was just always nice. Masquerena card I debated not playing before the tourney. I ended up playing it, ended up winning me a game. It was the perfect film spot, I guess, and just and going forward, it makes me like it more because if I do hit the Ronin off Desires, then I'll just go for a Masquerena set of Spright plays, I guess. Unicorn access code. If I lived past turn 1, my opponent was always dying turn 2, just because I was always adding back Kappa with Toad instead of like swap. And I'll start off my turn with normal summon Kappa, bring back Rowan and make Toad, which like would always get bounced or whatever the case was, or bring it back with the elf.
Just easy bait.
Yeah, and then just access code kill him every time.
So I see some other people going for Avermax. Any sentiment on that card, or like they'll do Avermax instead of access code?
If I feel like if you need that to stay alive as much as you want to stay alive, if your deck is, like I felt like my deck was always keeping me alive through everything with like the smashers and the hand traps, so I didn't feel like I needed like a castle to protect. And
You just need someone to close out the
yeah,
game.
I just needed to close after turn 2, and then if you were grinding, then I just had to manage my resources right, which I was put in that predicament plenty of times this weekend. That's it for the link monsters. 2 gigantic. Card's disgusting. 1 Toad, 1 Cavalry, 1 Downerd, 1 Zeus.
MVP?
It came in a lot, especially with the unexpected die packages, not having to commit your normal or anything to the board, and just being able to not activate any effects. Shout out to the vanilla. go just clear the board. It was just like, I got it. Yeah.
Also makes Flunder the buy.
Yeah, made Flunder to buy. For sure. Yeah, let's not get into that. It's a Flunder buy with that. Flew by, and then my last 2 cards in the extra deck are super poly targets, which I side. A lot of people play Prosperity in this deck because you do have the flex spots. I could have played Cat Shark, I could have played any other card, but going into game 2 and 3, especially in a format where you're expecting to see the mirror or tiers all over the place, and tier is a problem when you try to super poly them away, which I found out like game 3 after he told me like don't super poly the tier guy. I'm like, ah, but I had to do it because otherwise I wasn't getting over it at that time. So this is what actually kept it alive and was able to beat over cards. And this was for the mirror. I was always sliding a super poly in the mirror. They never respected it. They put in Jet and Blue on board. I'm super polying. You're not getting to gigantic if you put the swap, hitting that. So it's just good.
Yeah, it's full combo. It's super poly just clears the whole board. Just enter battle, hit Toad and the frog they sell.
Oh yeah, that happened. I went unexpected die, summon Kappa. Sure, enter battle. Super poly the Kappa and the Toad away. Beat over the elf. So yeah, so
that's double damage too. That's 200.
Yeah. 200. And I had to I didn't have to waste my normal summon, so it's good. That's good.
That's hot.
Side deck now. 1 Pinker Tops. I don't know why I put this in.
It's broken in the mirror.
Yeah, it seems pretty commonplace nowadays.
Yeah, he just told me to at the last minute. Yeah. He was like, "Yeah, just play Pinker Tops." I'm like, "Sure, I don't care."
It's just so solid. Like if they don't play dupe, they just out the whole board too.
3 nib, never resolved it. Don't care for it. I'm gonna cut it. Don't respect it. You're still gonna lose to the other hand traps in my deck. I don't care for this card anymore.
Side deck.
Yeah. And Tier doesn't care for this card. Like no deck cares for this card unless you're playing against Punk, and you got to see 2 hand traps, 3 hand traps. Forget that. Yeah, what did it do to Flu? Like
I don't know. Just even the Punk deck, they just could play through this card too.
Yeah, they always have like extenders.
They just threaten Baron so early, and then you nib them, and they just keep coming.
Yeah, forget that card. 6 card.
Whoever thought D-Shifter would be the most broken out of all.
Out of the 3.
Promos.
Dark Wheeler's in there too, though.
Dark Wheeler, yeah.
3 Cosmic. We did this for back row. I also threw it in against the mirror because dealing with the smashers before committing to the board felt correct, and respecting the floodgates.
Yeah.
I was very afraid of floodgates going into this. I wanted to play more back row removal, but it was just like, if we run into it, we run into it. But since this format, this deck just got announced, I think everybody's going to be on it. There's no way you're flipping trap cards. And if you did, that's why you did in top 8. I mean,
I think floods, know your location.
I think floods are crazy right now.
We played 3 Super Poly. I already gave you the reason on that.
Just can't respond. Yeah. No point on it.
1 red reboot for the back row decks. And then this package, I'm not playing it going forward. Javi made me play it. He said they lose if you flip it. And every time I saw it, I either drew the brick with it or it did nothing. So this card's only good when you combo with it. This loses to Ash. This loses to Imperm because you want to shotgun it to not let them get anything. It's like, it just sucks. I don't like this. That's it.
That's why you're the new CP. No more listen to Hobby.
Nah, Hobby came through.
Yeah.
Definitely.
I don't think there's a weak point in the whole entire team. I think everyone pulled their weight.
Yeah,
For sure,
At least
everybody.
that's what I saw.
Yeah,
Sitting on the
everyone.
sidelines. Not
There's so
in the top eight.
so many crazy clutch moments between all of
Yeah,
us.
we had a really good discussion between us two, too. Obviously, him being in the middle, and even coaching across the board to Ale. It came in a lot.
Activate Mirajid.
Yeah, we'll get to that one.
We'll get to that when his profile comes up. But yeah, that's really it for the deck profile.
All right, perfect. Any shout-outs?
Of course, shout out Raul Ramos for Team Oblivion.
Two shout-outs
Man, you know, you
got
gotta shout out him, man. And shout out George Fibo, Joe Yin. Those are my other sponsors. Without them, I can't play this game because all these cards are theirs. Shout out to Javi, my playtesting partner. Shout out to Ale. We playtested the whole week before this event. We knew we had to make something shake. Shout out to Ryan, Donnie, the rest of Team Oblivion, Julian. Yeah, just everybody. Shout out to everybody, bro.
Shout out Emotions.
Shout out Emotions. Y'all better get some clothing soon. Coming to a store near you in like 10 years. Yep.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.